Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Under 23's Road to Glory. We're on episode 12, and we're joined as always by Cal.
How you doing?
And yeah, we've had a pretty good week, and I'm excited to get onto the video today. And as always, before we get onto the main section of the video, I just want to shout out the people in the comment section as always. Um, yeah, obviously Adrian happy with the winning the giveaway, and then Royce with a nice suggestion of a player who we had a little scout and had a little look at. So moving on to the results then. So we managed to. It's funny how Sorare works, isn't it? So our main priority team. It's like in order of like from worst to best score, but we actually prioritized it the opposite way around. Could you get any more Sorare than that? I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this sort of thing happening. I feel like it happens way too often, don't it? Like
Yeah,
where
it
you
seems to be every other week.
yeah, it's like you put your main priority just doesn't score that well, and then the one that you least expect does really well. So yeah. So the main talking points then from the weekend just gone is Musa and Dai had another stormer, pick score of 90, so he really did cook. Paxton Aronson had a decent little game, so we're definitely captaining the right people for sure. And then Baron, not so great. In a very favourable fixture as well, which leads me on to, if you guys watched quite deep into the last episode, you would have seen that me and Kawa started to do sort of like a mini sort of like face off versus challenge, whatever you want to call it. And I can confirm that I am 1-0 up from 2 episodes ago, but I picked Connor Barron in the last episode, and Cal, you said you can't remember who you picked.
I have no idea.
So I'm gonna. So I also forgot who Cal picked. So I went back on the video to have a little listen, and or not word for word what you said, Cal, but I'll quote like here or thereabouts what you said. Yeah. So you were like, "Oh, I'm really tempted to go for Ndai because that would be back to back to back game weeks that he's been the best performer in our gallery, and I think he's the best player in our gallery. But I'm gonna pick Maxime Delengue."
Let's go. Of course I did.
So you literally went from absolute like pretty much doubling my pick to losing.
Yeah.
Although I will say not by much. Obviously, Maxime scored 45. Baron only scored 49. Was it? Yeah, 49. So you didn't lose by much. But
And can I say, how on earth did Cercle Bruges lose 3-2 to bottom of the league?
yeah, not ideal. I mean,
Wild.
in fairness though, we did get the keepers the right way around, like in terms of
Finally.
score. Yeah, so yeah, there's that. So officially the score is 2-0, and if you guys want to get involved with this sort of little competition we do at the nearer the end of the video, or the last sort of thing we go over is our lineups for this weekend. And if you guys want to get involved in the comment section, you can write who you think is going to perform the best in our gallery. And it's sort of like a little mini competition that me and Cal got going. So yeah, get involved in the comments who you think is going to be our best performer going into the weekend when we show you our future lineups. So quickly, so touching upon the results then. So we managed to get 2 boxes from this weekend. And then the midweek was kind of rubbish. So we used it as sort of like time to list players and just yeah, sort of create ins and outs and profit margins and bringing players in and things like that, which moves us nicely onto the spreadsheet. And Cal, if you want to take away with the business side of the account.
Yeah, so all in all, the whole gallery was in a little bit of a rut. Although it doesn't look it after getting a couple boxes and a reward in the last game week as well. But it just looked like kind of plateaued a bit with what we could do. So we ended up making some bold moves. So Musa and I, after being the best player in our gallery for 3 weeks, is on his way out. He is gone.
Yeah.
made a nice chunk of profit on him.
Yep.
I don't know how we managed to pick him up for so cheap originally, but we'll take it.
Yep.
That was quite nice. Nene's also gone, just because of the massive break that they have in the Austrian league. So thought cash in while we can, and then Paxton Aronson, who's been a mainstay and been a very consistent performer for us, also found his way out of the revolving door so that we could try and strengthen other areas of the squad.
Yeah, so sort of like a lot of play, like we're picking up these players obviously quite cheap, like Aronson and Dye and Nene, and pretty much just kind of hard not to take the profit when you see, for example, when Dye has already gone up like almost what four or five x of what we bought him for, especially when the gallery does like Cal was saying, it needs that sort of like kick up the bum, you know, it needs a bit of a revive. So yeah, so do you want to move on to who we managed to bring in then?
Yes, I'll start from the back and go forward. So we needed to bring in another defender, so we brought in Matteo Ruggeri from Atalanta. It's just a nice, almost like a left mid option, left mid, left wing option.
Yeah, he's like left
Um,
wing back, isn't he?
yeah, so it gives us a nice bit of utility there, chance for some decisives, and he just gets involved a lot
Yep.
for him. So it was kind of
Shout out,
a cheap pick.
shout out Jacob for this one. I believe
Yeah,
he put me on Mr. Matteo. We had a little look at him. Well, all of the players that are suggested, we constantly are keeping an eye out for, and we're just sort of either waiting for the money to be in the account to buy them, or
yeah,
we're waiting for prices to be a bit more like, affordable and things like that.
yeah. No,
Yep.
exactly that.
So
And that brings us on to another defender we brought in, pretty late on actually in the day today. But Milos Kerkez from Bournemouth.
yeah,
I've been a big fan of him for the past year or so. I missed out on the chance of buying him a few weeks ago, for about £1 or so. But I mean,
yeah.
Bournemouth are on fire, and he is one of the main reasons for it.
Yeah,
Week in week out,
I
he's
don't know if you saw
done well for him.
I don't know if you saw his goal against Wolves, but it was really good
Yeah,
goal.
no
Yeah,
quality goal, quality
and
player.
obviously he was quite hyped up before the Euros. I feel like he didn't really meet that sort of hype in the Euros, but he's so young, man. Like he's got so
Yeah,
much time to develop, and like I've said in previous videos with youngsters, if this guy is gonna play, 30, 40 games of the Premier League this season, you best believe he's going to be catching up to speed real quick. So, a player like this is the potential so high. It's like he reminds me similar vibes to like like how Lewis Hall's getting all the games at Newcastle. Same with
yeah,
Tino, and like they're just going to develop so quickly at that young age. Like getting so much Premier League experience is only a good thing, isn't it?
yeah. No, he's doing really well at the moment.
Yeah,
And yeah, with Paxton Aronson moving out, we needed a midfielder to bring in. I
yeah,
think it was only the one we've brought in so far. So it was Lennon Miller,
yeah.
who's just been absolutely incredible this
Yeah,
season.
highly talked about from the Motherwell fans as well. I seen a quote on Twitter saying like he's the best thing that's come through the club in God knows how long, and I think he's like one of them players that is, I mean, he's just absolutely nailed on to be playing and starting as many games as possible. And bro's what 16, 17, so. I mean, says enough, really. You know what I mean? Like, if you're getting into the main team straight away, first team, like you're playing at the highest level in your nation. You know what I mean? And you're straight in the first team. And you're 16. Like, yeah, mad.
Yeah, yeah, no, he's
Yeah,
doing well.
getting some good
And yeah,
numbers as well.
brought in two new forwards. So we brought in Yunus Akgün for Galatasaray and Jeremy Pino from Villarreal.
Yeah,
With Nene going out, we needed a European um, striker or forward, and Atkin was pretty much nailed on there. Looking at other options, he seems to be playing every game for him, does well. He's on
yeah,
a little bit of a bad spell for the past couple of games, but he's
yeah.
still getting picked. There's a lot of faith in him from the manager.
Yeah, and
And then
obviously,
Pino,
yeah, he's recovering from his long-term injury, isn't he? So, but he's
yeah,
sort of like in and out of the squad, and I feel like players like this, it always fills you with confidence when they're being selected by the national team. Obviously, not playing for Spain, but just being called up and things like that. I mean, he did actually, or he actually scored in the last game he played for
Yeah,
Spain. But yeah, just generally speaking, it fills your confidence to buy a player like this when they're doing, or when they're getting appearances for the national team. So
yeah,
yeah, like the look of Jeremy Pino for sure.
yeah. And I mean, could have got him a little bit cheaper if we wanted the midfielder card, but I feel like the attacking option gives us
Yeah,
so much more utility going forward.
yeah, we definitely
Um,
needed a bit more. Like that was probably something we should have said before we started. But forwards was like the main one of the main priorities when we're looking to sort of like sell these players on. We were very aware that the forward position we were a bit lacking in. So when we did get money into the account, we needed to sort of go towards that forward position for
yeah,
sure.
no, definitely. And one player that's not on this list that I will mention if no one's seen any of the advent calendar stuff. We did get a free card, and it was a goalkeeper, Julian Fabry, who I'll show you quickly for people that don't know about him, like myself.
Yep.
Um, this guy, we ended up getting a special edition as well, which is quite nice. So yeah, trying to get him offloaded, but just in case anyone sees this card and is like, "Where's that come from?" Yeah, it was um, out of the advent calendar,
Yep.
which is quite nice.
It's decent. Yeah. So we've got some rewards for you people today. We
Yes, and
do.
hopefully we're getting that one essence. That's what we're aiming for here.
Yep. So we've built up. Have we have crafted once on the series, right?
Crafted a couple times, I
Have
think,
we? Okay, I was
early
gonna
on.
say, is
Yeah,
this our second or this probably our third craft then, for sure.
yeah. I think we crafted twice before they changed all the um,
Yeah.
yeah, before they changed the boxes, and we get the essence from a rivals box, which
Nice. We'll
is just
take it.
typical.
We'll
We'll
take it.
probably get essence in most of these boxes now that we've got enough,
I
but
mean, to be fair, last episode, if you guys watched, I'm pretty sure you opened like 6 or 7 rivals boxes and all of them were tickets, right?
yeah, I think it was like 7 or 8. Yeah,
Yeah, so I mean, about time we got some essence from rivals. Like, damn.
yeah. I mean, it's just the one, but that's all that was needed. I'll
Yep.
probably get 2 level ups out of this, but
Oh,
two
hey,
essence. That's
nice.
nice in these boxes
Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that.
and typical.
Nice.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is.
So I
Nice.
think we
Get it crafted.
let this go. I will just make sure the tab's muted so it won't deafen anyone. Let's just hope it's an under 23 because there are
Yeah, we
a
need an
lot of
under
rivals.
23 or someone we can sell.
That's not a good that's not a good serial number.
Yay, yay, yay.
Or
Ooh,
Schalke.
who is this?
Ah,
Ooh,
he plays, but he ain't under
okay.
23s.
I can't lie. I do not know who this man is.
I've never heard of him, but
Yep.
I've not heard of a lot of the players from Schalke nowadays.
Yeah,
So
that's very true.
I mean,
Mm.
he's starting every game.
Yeah, he's
He's
definitely not a tier 5, is he? He's probably a tier 4.
yeah,
Yeah. No, I mean, hey, any players we can get and sort of, sell on,
and you know what?
helps. It all helps.
Just to add a little bit more
Yeah.
excitement, might as well open him. You never
Go
know,
on.
could get a special edition, but I highly doubt it.
Yeah, we've already got one special edition, so what's the chances we get 2 out of 2? Okay.
No,
I
they're the chances.
think we all expected that, but
Yeah.
alright.
Well, he will be listed as we can't use him, so
Yep. So shall we
hopefully get a
move
little bit
on
more money.
to our lineups ahead of the weekend then?
Yes, so I'll skip the warm ups. As you can
Yeah.
see, Cap 260 already binned off because Snoo's not playing.
Yep.
Um, but that's fine. I've done a lot of warm ups. So these are yeah, these are the main two squads for this weekend.
Yep.
I
Got
say main two. The
yeah,
third
we got the
team
third one,
is
yeah.
also incredibly good as well. Or
Yep.
like player wise anyway. I don't know about scores. We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll
Find out
see,
at the end
we'll
of the
see.
weekend.
So we've got yeah, so from the top of my head then, Malero's got a really nice game. Definitely expecting some good things from him. Belieber got a great game, great fixture, definitely on to start.
Yeah.
So I expect him to probably have a good weekend. And then if you scroll up seconds, so yeah, I just reminded myself who was where. So obviously Carmona, not the best fixture, but obviously very good for AA. So we threw him in the second team. Noel, I think Noel, hopefully will spawn in this weekend.
Yeah.
And yeah, Kirkes, I mean, away against Ipswich, it's a decent fixture as well, to be fair. And yeah, I don't know what Lennon, who they playing there? Who's Lennon playing
St
them?
Mirren.
Ooh, how are they doing? Oh, it's kind of like a
That's about the same. Yeah.
50-50 game, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so I've got my pick, Cal, but I picked first last episode, so I'm going to let you pick who you think is going to be the best performer in our three lineups this weekend.
In all three.
Bearing in mind, it's 2-0, so you need this one, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you need this one.
I'm on live support right now. Um, the thing is, there's a few that I can see that will probably score around about the same.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of one that's got a higher chance of a decisive because that's really what it's going to come down to.
Mhm.
And I think I will actually go with, I'm guessing the most obvious choice here. I will back Lennon Miller to
Okay.
to
My
get a decisive.
my choice is going to be the captain of the third team.
You're going to believe it.
Yes, Carlos Baliba. What a
Yeah,
boy.
and I can guarantee you now the best player of this whole game week will probably be someone like
Yeah, someone that's in a
Mateus
warm
did
up.
in a
Yeah, yeah. It's always
random
how it
warm up.
is. I've got to
Yeah.
go for a guy in the third team, of course, because that's just, it's the way we're operating here. So,
Well, as I said, there's a few players that will get good scores. Like I'm
yeah.
expecting Sufyan to do well.
Mm.
Kraus will do quite well. Even
If
El
he's
Azuzi, who's made his first appearance
Yeah, and he
after we
cooks.
bought him about 10 episodes ago.
Yeah, he cooked
Um,
though, right?
yeah, no, he's playing quite well. He's an odd player because he seems to get a
Mm.
lot of duels. Like 85 score, 50 AA is disgusting.
Crazy.
But he won 13 duels, so he just seems to just do everything for
Love
him.
that.
Like,
We love that from Amoir. It's always a
yeah,
Moroccan, eh?
yeah, we've got to have at least one or two in the squad.
Exactly.
I
Got to be done. Got to
think
be
we are
done.
actually down to just two now. I think Sufyan and
Yeah. Hey,
Elazuzi, which
as
is
long as we got one, I'm happy. You know what I mean? As long as we got
yeah,
one. Brilliant. Right. So, get in the comments, guys, who you think's going to be the best performing player for this game week, and we'll sort of have a little competition amongst the community of the Flynn scribers. That's that. I'm definitely not going to call them
yeah,
that.
yeah. No, no,
But
we'll move on from that quick. That ain't
um,
it.
but yeah, well, as always, guys, if you enjoyed the episode, coming every Friday, the under 23s, around this sort of time, like 6 to 8 period of the upload, please leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, we'll catch you guys in a future video.
See ya.